Al-Islam, religion with Allah since time began. That is for dhikr, remembering Allah, and Ra is for the month of Ramadan. Oh, Ramadan. That is for Zakat, to cure our greed, when we give our money to those in need. Sa is for Salamun Alaykum, peace be with you, wa alaykum assalam.
Have you been looking for a new bank where interests play no role? Look no further. Lotus Bank is here to change the game with a breath of fresh air. We'll partner with you to achieve growth and success in almost every facet of your life. Experience a transparent relationship with us. Enjoy the benefits of non-interest banking, zero account maintenance fees, free debit card, 1 month free banking, zero interest on financing and ethical investments. Take that bold step now and embrace the opportunities of non-interest banking. Dial *5405# now. You may also download the Lotus Bank app on Google Play or Apple Store and begin your journey of breath of fresh air. Visit lotusbank.com. Lotus Bank. Partner. Progress. Prosper.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. You are welcome to another episode today. I hope you are enjoying the fasting. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to let us have the reward of the month. Today we'll be looking at the importance of administrator in Zakat. Zakat is an important aspect of our life as Muslims, and we cannot afford to toil with it. And this is the tradition that we've inherited from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in administering Zakat. Zakat from the life of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has never been left at the level of individual that you can decide to do and undo your Zakat. You can't say this is how I'm going to disburse my Zakat. You can't say this is how much I am going to pay. All these have been fixed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah has equally appointed administrator. If you look at Surah Tawbah, that's Quran 9 verse 60, where Allah is talking about the category of who should receive Zakat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it clear to us that innama sadaqat lil fuqara wal miskin wal amilina alayha. Those who should be given Zakat include the poor, the needy, and the administrator of Zakat. So it's as important as the Zakat institution. As a matter of fact, without the administrators of Zakat, we can never get to the goal, the essence of the Zakat that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded us in so many verses of the Quran that we should pay Zakat. Whenever it's talking about Salat, Allah will say, observe Salat and pay Zakat. So we never get that essence if we don't have administrator of Zakat. And that's why in the life of Prophet ﷺ, Prophet will appoint Zakat administrator among his companions. Many of them are appointed as Zakat administrators. He will instruct them to collect the Zakat. He will equally tell them how to distribute Zakat in line with Allah's commandment. And that's why we have people like Umar ibn Khattab has been appointed as a Zakat collector. Don't forget the case of our brother, one of the companions of the Prophet, Musa, I've forgotten his name, who is appointed to go to Yemen, and he equally has to collect Zakat from people of Yemen, and he should distribute it. All these are examples to tell us that there must be administrators of Zakat, and it's really, really important. And that is why when Prophet ﷺ left this world, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq also followed that footsteps by appointing administrator of Zakat, those who collect the Zakat and they will distribute the Zakat. The role of these administrators are, number one, very important, is for them to identify what are the zakatable items. I am sure if we have not presented that in this month of Ramadan, we are still going to get to a lecture that will address us on the zakatable items. So they will be able to identify zakatable items for anybody who intend to pay his zakat. They will help the potential zakat payers to calculate the zakat. They will come up with nisab from time to time to let people know that this is the current nisab. These are the work of the administrator. They will collect the zakat from the payer, and they will equally make sure the zakat gets to the rightful beneficiary.
Wakfu! Embracing Wakfu program for oneself or on behalf of the parent is Zakat Jariyah that we afford the dua Jannah be easily life. Key into Wakfu program by bequeathing part of your estate, landed properties and other assets for the sake of Allah. Proceeds or rental fee from this asset shall be judiciously utilized by the tested and trusted Z&S Wakfu Foundation to bring succor to the needy and provision of social amenities and economic empowerment. You can also make a donation of a minimum of 10,000 naira that Z&S Wakfu Foundation will collect to procure assets that are economically viable. No doubt, Wakfu is highly rewarding. Contact Z&S Wakfu Foundation, Suite 12, Tafabalewa Square, Lagos. Call 080-3538-2911. With Wakfu, your asset will end you Jannah. Be easily life. Be a partaker.
If you still follow the same Quran, Surah Quran 9, as verse 103 or thereabout, Allah has instructed Prophet that Usmin Amwali Sodako. Take zakat from their wealth. It's a commandment that Allah has asked Prophet to take. So it's not to say that an individual will say, this is how I am going to do my zakat. It's not the way to go. If we do it that way, the essence of zakat will not be realized. Me as an individual, if I want to pay my zakat, I have people that I am biased to. So I will pay the zakat to them. You as an individual, you equally do similar thing. And by the time we start doing that, some people will get zakat. And I must tell you, most people that deserve the zakat will not get anything. Because probably nobody is in tandem with them. Nobody looks at their face. Nobody even knows them. So at Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation, we pay premium to ensure that this work of administrator is done. We collect the zakat from our brothers and sisters, our fathers, our mothers that are wealthy. We assist you to calculate your zakat. We will ensure that we let you know this is the current nisab, and we encourage you to bring out your zakat. And that is why you will see that when these zakat are collected, many people are benefiting from the zakat in Nigeria today. As at today, your foundation, Zakat Foundation, we have reached not less than 21 states where zakat have been collected, and we have distributed it around the rightful beneficiary. This is possible because we are putting up the work of administrator as enshrined in the Quran, that you must have administrators that are collecting the zakat and they are distributing the zakat. So it is important for us to know that the important role that this zakat administrator will do for us is to help us to know what are the zakatable items. When we have challenges in calculating our zakat, we call on them to come and help us to calculate the zakat. They equally help us to not be greedy, to be sincere with our zakat. When they come on board, they will help us to say, these are the zakatable items, add it or subtract it. They equally prevent people from hoarding item of zakat. They will encourage us, they will tell us, this one, don't hoard it. In an ideal Islamic environment, it's a crime to hoard zakatable items. It is a crime to say you don't want to pay zakat. But in the situation where we find ourselves now, we can only encourage ourselves that bring your zakat, let's put it together, let's distribute, so that virtually everybody that's supposed to get the zakat will have the share of the zakat. And this is the important role that these people are doing. When zakat is given to them, they don't just abandon the zakat. They don't allow zakat to perish. For example, if you give a perishable item to an administrator, It is the responsibility of this administrator to ensure that this zakat perishable item is not perished. It's either he sell it and get the money and put the money into proper use until when it is disbursed. It is the responsibility of this administrator to identify those people, whether they ask or they don't ask and they deserve the zakat, to identify them and make sure the zakat is actually distributed to them. So it's important for all you as a zakat payers to identify who is in charge of your zakat, who will do justice to the zakat that you are paying. It is not right to you say, I want to distribute my zakat. You are going to have a lot of challenges. You are going to have challenges because one of the challenges you are going to have is when you give them zakat, tomorrow they come and be greeting you. They will come and be saying thank you for what you have given to us yesterday. And if you decide not to give them, they also do the other side. That this man is not a good man again. So why do you want to put yourself into that problem? Why not identify with a foundation like ours to disburse the zakat for you, whereby you have full maximum reward? Rasulullah said the best of the zakat you pay, the best of charity you do, is the one that you do with your right hand, and the left hand does not know. Those people that you give your zakat to, they don't know. The many people that are praying for you, they don't know you. You have given the zakat and they are happy. Number two is the dignity of the beneficiary is equally protected. He does not see himself as less inferior to the person who has given him the zakat because he does not know the person who has given him the zakat. But if you are doing your zakat directly, he knows. And if he doesn't behave the way you want him to behave, you might say not to give him next time. And this will violate the principle of zakat, that we must have a central place where we are putting the zakat so that zakat can circulate around and wipe off the poverty. So I appeal to you to please let us pay our zakat to us at Zakat and Zakat Foundation, and I can assure you that inshallah we will do justice to it. We've been on this business for a while, and what we have been able to do with the zakat are testimony to the fact that we will continue to do our best as far as this institution is concerned, because we know it's a pillar of Islam, and we want to make sure that it's fully practiced so that poverty can disappear in our midst. Until when we'll be meeting again on this channel, I'm yours sincerely, Sulayman Olagunju, for Zakat and Zakat Foundation. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Oh, Ramadan, that is for Zakat to cure our greed. When we give our money to those in need, that is for Salamun alaikum. Peace be with you, wa alaikum assalam. Labbaik Allah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. This is Hajj Mabrur Ventures Limited. How can we help you, sir?
Can you please tell me about your mode of operations?
Hajj Mabrur Ventures has been a leading private Hajj and Umrah operator for close to 20 years. At Hajj Mabrur Ventures, our pilgrims are our priority. We always provide them with conducive accommodations that are close to Haram, soap purifying sermons from our League of Clerics, state-of-the-art aircraft, zihara in Mecca and Medina, competent medical team.
Aja, please tell him about the feeding twice in a day.
You are right, ma.
This is exactly what I heard from your old client. You guys are fantastic.
Alhamdulillah, sir.
And you will receive a check from me today.
Visit Hajj Mabrur Ventures Limited, 9A, Wing 1 Abiodun Fashake Crescent, behind Old Lasso Campus, Idiroko Bus Stop, Ikorodu Road, and Suite 10, Tafabalewa Square. Telephone 0809-211-3680. Website hajmabruru.com. Simply hospitality, truly spirituality.